Belal Muhammad claims Kamaru Usman is a harder fight than Shavkat Rakhmonov. The welterweight division is stacked with contenders for the new champion, while fighters like Gilbert Burns, Ian Gary, and Jack Della Maddalena might be just one win away from a title shot. Shavkat Rakhmonov stands out as the obvious frontrunner after his submission victory over Stephen Thompson. Rakhmonov, known for his 100% finish rate, is one of the UFC's most formidable prospects. However, Belal believes that Kamaru Usman would pose a tougher challenge for him. Honestly, I would say Kamaru, just because he's fought the highest level for so long, and stylistically, he has one of the best IQs in the game. So I think for me, fighting somebody with the close to an IQ of myself would be a harder fight. Belal also reflected on Usman's short notice fight against Khamzat Chimaev. Like many, he was impressed by the former UFC welterweight champs showing against Khamzat and believes the outcome might have been different with 2 more rounds. He still has tread on his tires. People will sit there and say like, you said people must have forgot, right? And it's people are quick to forget about you, but he fought that fight with Khamzat on 8 days notice, and it was a game of inches in that fight, right? If it was 2 more rounds in there, I would have been very interested to see how it would have went. Shavkat Rakhmonov is not concerned about Conor McGregor cutting line to title shot. Shavkat knows McGregor's return will draw big attention, but he still believes he's the obvious choice for the next UFC welterweight title shot, even if McGregor wins his comeback fight. To be honest, I don't even think about when's Conor going to fight and when he's going to be ready, Rakhmonov told MMA Fighting. I don't think about all that. He's been getting ready to fight for a long time, but wasn't able to do that yet. So in my head, I don't really think about him maybe winning this one fight in 3 years. Is that going to do something? I understand he's a big star, but in my head, I don't see it being possible. I believe UFC is the best and the most fair organization, so I believe they're going to do everything right. Rakhmonov doesn't believe McGregor deserves to jump over him for a title shot, even if the timing aligns for the Irish superstar. However, he admits that he would be intrigued by a fight with McGregor if the opportunity arises, though it's not something he's actively pursuing. So yeah, who don't want to fight Conor right now? Rakhmonov said, but to be honest, I don't even think about it for me. The most important thing is to win the belt, and that's my focus. UFC featherweight prospect Blake Bilder sparred against an opponent labeled as a street fighter. However, it was everything but sparring. Bilder knocked out the poor guy twice, and then choked him out with the Von Flu and a triangle choke. Oh! MMA community went off and showed their disgust at the UFC featherweight. Bunch of grown men just filming and watching it happen and laughing. Embarrassing. He is 34 as well. What a joke. What's his deal and why did he keep finishing this man? Pause. When does this clown fight again so we can hate watch? Being knocked out this many times in one day cannot be healthy. No matter how many years of training you've done, destroying some untrained guy in jeans shows a lack of sportsmanship and a lack of discipline. This is f***ed up. I don't get why you guys keep letting him spar just for content. That guy is clearly not going to be okay after all this. Herny Cejudo predicts Merab Dvalishvili will beat Sean O'Malley at UFC 306. Having shared the cage with Merab, Herny knows just how good a fighter the Georgian is. Not only does he think that Dvalishvili will beat O'Malley, but he'll do so in devastating fashion. This is my prediction. Merab is going to stop Sean O'Malley at the Sphere. He's going to beat him. He's going to either 50-45 him, maybe not 50-45, because he may lose the first 2 rounds or the first 1 at least. He's going to beat him, but once Umar Nurmagomedov comes in, he's just going to have his way with Merab. He really is. Umar is really good, really technical. Cejudo later added that he's keen to move down to flyweight for another shot at championship gold. There could be a potential return at flyweight. These are a lot of things I'm contemplating, potentially going back down. With the bantamweight division getting hot and with the newcomers coming in, there's been a lot of thought of me going back down and getting a fight with Brandon Moreno and winning the belt once again. There's a lot of cool stuff tough. These are kind of things I really want to think about and really decide once I get home, and once I'm injury free. He continued, it's just one little thing, but it's a major thing, because I'm going to be making a commitment to go out there and just do another run at these titles and dedicate myself like I was before. Do you think Herny Cejudo has a chance of capturing UFC gold? Leave your comments below. Michael Bisping wants to see Dustin Poirier versus Colby Covington at UFC 309. Bisping and a broadcaster, Adam Catterall, discussed the potential matchup between Dustin and Colby on the Michael Bisping podcast YouTube channel recently. As soon as Michael brought up the rumors, Catterall couldn't hide his excitement. Colby Covington got his opportunities. He's not getting that opportunity again anytime soon. He needs something big. He needs something juicy. He needs something to get himself up for it. Dustin Poirier is that name, a legend of the game, a guy that has been there, done it, got the t-shirt, you've just mentioned beef, bit of bad blood. Dustin's mates with Jorge Masvidal, he needs to get that one back for his pal, don't he? Catterall also pointed out a twist. The Diamond shares a close friendship with Masvidal. Their bond adds an extra layer of intensity to this narrative, as Masvidal once stood toe-to-toe with Covington in March 2022. Their longtime friendship shattered into a bitter rivalry. The tension between Masvidal and Chaos has spilled over beyond the cage, leading to real-life altercations, making their feud deeply personal. For Dustin, stepping into the octagon against Covington isn't just another fight, it's a chance to avenge his friend's defeat. Dustin has never hidden his disdain for the former interim UFC welterweight champion, and the thought of settling this score in the octagon has Bisping buzzing with excitement. This clash promises to be more than just a fight, it's the culmination of a rivalry with roots that run deep. It's unlikely for both Dustin and Colby to get title shots in their divisions now. However, as two of the biggest stars in the UFC, their fight can easily generate all the hype in the world. Bisping credited Covington for being an excellent promoter who can easily capitalize on the real resentment with his opponent this time around. Listen, Colby, say what you want about him. The man's a promotion machine. With all like the personal stuff that they can go to, they would blow that fight up like crazy. I'd want to see it. If the rumors are true, Poirier versus Covington will be scheduled for UFC 309. The card expected to feature Jones versus Stipe as the main event. It is safe to assume that tons of fans will tune in to watch the fight regardless of when it happens though. A fight between Colby Covington and Dustin Poirier would be a thrilling matchup. Covington is known for his relentless pressure and elite wrestling. He grinds his opponents down with constant takedown attempts and overwhelming pace. On the other hand, Poirier is a sharp striker with powerful punches and a solid ground game, especially in jiu-jitsu. Who do you think wins in a potential fight between Chaos and Diamond? Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.